Welcome to my video. It's about cats. Let's get into it. Alright, and here we go. We got the Cat's Meow. I know, I'm silly and ridiculous. But Cats has been one of my favorite decks since Amonkhet released and the original Regal Caracal was printed. I played Cat Tribal in that set religiously. I even won a 1K event with the deck at one point, which was super fun. So we're going to play it in best of one today. Now, just a reminder, I will be doing, based on feedback, I did get a lot of you saying that you'd like some best of three content. So my goal is to do one best of one video per week and one best of three video per week. So this is going to be the best of one video for the week, and then our Tuesday videos will start being best of three. So hopefully that will make most of you happy and at least kind of cater to a little bit of everything. I didn't do it for this video, but I do plan on at least having for each video, like if I do a best of one video, I will do, hey, this is how I would build it with a sideboard. And for my best of three videos, I'll try to see if I can do like a best of one version of it. And that way each video has a little bit of something for everybody. So let's go ahead and get through the deck list really quickly. We're running four good old Savannah Lion Boys, a solid 1-drop 2/1. We've got Lean and Vanguard because this creature can gain us some life, and it grows if we have 3 or more creatures, which can trigger our Ajani's Pride Mates, which is a 2-mana 2/2. This is whenever we gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Just a solid card to have in the deck. Sky Knight Squire, this card has overperformed. I think this card is amazing. It might be the best card in the deck outside of Arabo. I know a 2-mana 1/1 sounds bad, but it grows so quickly because if you go turn 1, 1-drop, turn 2 Sky Knight, and then turn 3 Arabo makes a token, so the Sky Knight Squire goes from being a 1/1 to a 4/4, and then the following turn it has flying, which is sweet. So really loving Sky Knight Squire. We got 3 Get Lost in the list just to have a little bit of removal, but we're really all in on just pushing through damage. We have obviously 4 copies of Arabo the First Fangs. Card's busted. It makes a 1/1 when it comes into play, so we get 4/4 of stats for 3 mana, and then it buffs any other cats that we have in play already. And then every cat we play beyond that makes an additional 1/1, which is super sweet. 2 copies of Kutzil Flanker. A couple of things this does: it gains us some life to grow our Johnny's Pride Mates, lets us scry and hit our land drops and make sure we're getting good draws, or we can exile a graveyard against those pesky graveyard based decks. And sometimes our opponent wipes our board and we have enough mana to flash this in and have like a big huge Kutzil Flanker. And that can be quite useful. We're playing 2 copies of a Johnny, Caller of the Pride. I thought about 3 copies, but it's mostly a finisher, so we don't really want to draw it till later. Like, we're honestly playing this for the -3. The +1/+1 counter on the creatures is nice, but it's definitely not the reason to play the card. So usually what we're doing is taking like a big Johnny's Pride Mate or something and giving it flying and double strike and closing out the game that way. Felidar Retreat is fantastic for control matchups because it turns all of our lands, which would be dead draws if we have no creatures on the board, into creatures, and it also just gives us a way to slowly kind of regain some momentum if our opponent wipes our board. And it can also just grow the team. If we do happen to have a couple of little guys on the field, we can just start pumping them up with +1/+1 counters, and that's very useful. And then we're playing Regal Caracal, of course, because this just, we could be at like 2 or 3 life against the burn deck and have a couple creatures on the battlefield, and this just shuts the game down against aggro, burn, anything like that. The +1/+1 and lifelink is just crucial. It makes 2 1/1 cats on top of it. If we already have an Arabo on the field, it makes 3 1/1s, and the lifelink is just huge. And I adore this card. It's one of my favorite tribal lords ever printed, and I will always have a soft spot in my heart for it. And then I'm putting 1 copy of Claws out instead of a 4th Regal Caracal, because this can be a lot cheaper than Regal Caracal, so it can kind of do the same thing where it pumps up our board, but it can cost as little as 2 mana, which is pretty sweet, and it's instant speed. So very sweet card, but I'm only playing the 1 copy just for flavor's sake. And then we've got 4 Cavern of Souls so that our stuff can't get countered, 17 planes, 1 single Fountain Port so we can sacrifice tokens if we have to draw cards, and 2 Soulstone Sanctuary because this is, believe it or not, a cat with Vigilance. So pretty sweet. That is the deck. It's awesome. It's been great in testing. We're going to put it through 40 games and we're going to see how far we can get through the ladder with this amazing cat deck. Let's go. All right. On T. Time to give him the Meow Mix. We get to go first. I like this hand. It's a lion. Going back to 1990s Magic right there. Alright, Lean and Vanguard. Let's see if Lion live. They have a cut down, I think. Or disfigure. Yep. Honestly, they would have been better off getting rid of the Vanguard, since the Vanguard gains its life. Cavern of Souls on Cat. Now they got another removal spell. That's fine, we have more Arabos where that came from. Lord Skitter. Get her done. Exiling our lions. He attacks. We'll just take that. Got a board wipe or something? Nope. Okay. Let's do this properly. Sky Knight Squire first. We're gonna get a lot of tokens here. Still feeling pretty good about where we're at. Harmonic, sure. That's unfortunate. I really was kind of counting on that of Johnny. It is what it is. No blocks. Get lost. Well, seems good to me. That's still lethal. Opponent doesn't know how to math. GG. Ready. Quark 182. Cats versus dogs. It's the goodest doggo versus a Rabo. Beautiful. Keep. One Savannah Lion. Boros. Lightning Helix is our Savannah Lion. Well, that's not very nice. Sky Knight. Hopefully we draw land here. Oh, come on. Stop removing our stuff. Oh, Forge. I can deal with that. We can outrun a Forge. No blocks. Beautiful. Exactly what we wanted. Lean in Vanguard. Johnny's Pride Mate. Gain a life. Grow the Pride Mate. Get in for 3. Boom. Restless Bivouac for the opponent. War Leader's Call. No block. Nice! Another Sky Knight Squire. Another Savannah Lions. Throw both the Sky Knight Squire. This card is so good. I love this card. Get in for 11. And then we got Claws out for next turn. See if we get Sunfalled here. Nope, another Forge. Helix, sure. Not gonna be enough. Take 2, take 6, no blocks. Down to 9. See if they actually let us do it. Oh, come on. Wanted to cast my 1 copy of Claws out. No fun. Ready! Valenti DJ? Opponent goes first. This is questionable. I'm gonna keep, just because, of course we draw another land. How did I know? It's Angels. Sky Knight Squire is a good draw though. Let's see how fast their start is, because we can, if we can outrun them. Beata. Definitely would have liked to have cast that first if they could have, but... Ooh, okay. So, I mean, we're in a position where if we draw an Arabo or a Regal Caracal, we're just going to be able to outrun them. London Angel's really good. They kind of need to hold back though. Not anymore. Alright, we need a Regal Caracal or an Arabo. Or Get Lost. Get rid of that, or it can start making more Angels. No attacks. Luckily, the Valkyries don't have Vigilance, so... if they want to get in with them, then they have to leave themselves vulnerable. Steel Seraph. That's not good. Come on, we need a Regal Caracal like this turn. It's gonna smack us in the face for 12, probably gain 6 in the process. Alright, no blocks. We're down to 7. That's not a Caracal. I don't think it's good enough either. Oh well. Angels fly through the air, cats... well, these 2 cats fly through the air, but they got us, so GG. It's Clee! Cletus! Opponent's going first. I like this hand, though. Keep. Savannah Lions. That's the sound a lion makes. Like, they could change it to the noise this thing's making. Virtue of Persistence is sad. Sky Knight Squire. Phyrexian Arena. Great. I could not have asked for a better draw. Lean in Vanguard, very good. Sky Knight Squire is also one of my favorite cards. Now, if we could just draw a land for the Felidar Retreat. Opponent is trying to decide what to get rid of. The Squire. Always a Squire. They get rid of the Pride Mate. Wrong choice. I'll play another one. Roar. Alright, let's see if we get board wiped. We're really gonna need that land if we do. Shieldred is fine. Thank goodness we drew that land. Johnny.
As long as we stand together, we shall win. Descend the sun's fire.
What? Does he not understand how Double Strike works? Okay. I'm ready. Talk. It's Tick's older sister. Talk. We get to go first. Beautiful hand. I like when we get to go first. I like Sky Knight Squires. Blaine's Lion. Drives me nuts that that's the sound it makes. Blood Farm Verge. So is it Azorius Control? Is it Oculus? Is it Flash? Is it enchantments? There's so many flavors of Azorius lately. There's the island. It's enchantments! Question is, what is the correct play this turn? I think it's another Sky Knight Squire. And we'll get in there with the Savannah Lions, because they probably won't block. Gotta watch out for Sheltered by Ghosts. Another Gremlin Tamer and Ethereal Armor. So they get 2 Gremlins. And they sit back. Well, that was a good draw. Roar! No, I'll leave that back. So now they have to choose between getting rid of a Rabo and this flying Sky Knight Squire. Because these Sky Knight Squires are just gonna end the game real fast. Like next turn fast. Easy! Johnny's Primate. Make a kitty token. Grow the Squires. GG. Loki Thor. That's Loki and Thor mixed together. I like this hand. I just need some lands. Just a couple lands. In fact, I would be happy with pretty much lands for the rest of the game. Hello. That's not true. Don't do that to me. Give me 3 more lands. Interland Sanctifier. Alright. No attacks. How toasted are we getting? Is life gain or is it rabbits? Looks like rabbits. Heir apparent. Alright, land please. Please. Please and thank you. Land. You can attack with your Sanctifier. I'm not gonna block. Thank you, cat gods. Oh, it's beautiful. It's so wonderful. Look at that. Attack. Cats chase rabbits. They should only be able to play 1 heir apparent this turn, which is not going to be enough to grow their team. Gain a life, gain a life. Oh, goodness gracious, I love it. A Johnny's Pride mate and enough mana to claws out. What? Look at all this nonsense. And it's like, I want to block that Arabo really bad. Oh, big mistake. Boom! GG. This deck is amazing. Brewski. Sure. Lion. Surge of Salvation might actually come in handy against them. We'll see. We got another one. All right, Johnny's Pride Mate. Get in for 2. Mountain for the opponent. Brotherhood's End. All right. Hope they don't have another one. Forge. Cool with Forge. No blocks. We can race a Forge. Johnny. I think the right play here is this. See if we can blank another board wipe before we play the Ajani. Nice. That would be super sweet if we could draw another land so we could play Ajani and have Surge up for next turn. No damage. Beautiful. Actually, that doesn't help us. Boy, do I risk it? I don't think so. I don't think the +1/+1 counter is worth it. We just have to ride these little kitties to victory. The little kitties that could. Well, he can't cast a board wipe right now, so he has to have instant speed removal. Okay. That's his entire turn, though. And still not taking damage from the Forge. Another Surge. Alright, we'll play a Johnny this time.
We want peace. We must fight. Your soul burns with fight.
Doubling season, that's annoying. That's a lot of tokens. But if we draw a land, he's dead, so... Or a creature. Land or creature. Actually, it wouldn't have mattered because we could have just activated the sanctuary, tapped, and it would have been enough. GG. Little kitties that could. Even through the board wipes. Andrea, 1995. We get to go first. This is terrible. This is better. Not a lot better, but it's better. We'll put the claws out back. Vanguard. So we just need another creature of some kind and we should be fine. It's not a creature. But we'll take it. Does the opponent have an Elspeth Smite? That would be unfortunate. Yep. Or not. They have something. They have something for 1 white mana that was causing a stick. This is definitely getting countered, right? This is control? Yeah, okay. You got me. We have to resolve this Felidar retreat. It's our only hope against this deck. I don't know how we're going to do that unless they tap out for us this turn. If we can get them to tap their blue mana, bounce something or deduce or something, but if they're smart, they'll just do all that at the end of our turn. Bounce it. Okay. Is it worth taking the risk? They don't have double blue right now. The odds that they have a second No More Lies is super likely. I'm gonna pass. I don't want to risk it. Deduce, as I thought. There's their second blue, but it's tapped. Oh, please draw a card. Oh, thank you, goodness. Thank you, goodness. Now we just need them not to have a get lost. Although most of these decks are running enchantment destruction, so... But if they don't find enchantment removal, every land we draw is a creature, every creature we draw is a creature, and we can eventually outvalue them. Overlord of the Flood Pits is annoying. But they're tapped out, so if we draw like a Regal Caracal here, that would be amazing. Johnny's not gonna help us, really. I mean, it'll take the heat off us for a minute.
We want peace. We must fight for it. Let me show you how to fight.
No way he blocks this. But now, I mean, if we draw like... Okay, he's got a Fountain Port. They have enchant. If they have Get Lost, they have to get rid of Felidar Retreat, because that's the card that's going to let us stay in the game. Johnny doesn't live. That's okay. We didn't think he, you know, mostly just taking 5 damage off of us. It's brave. Discards a land. Are we gonna see a Sunfall here? Might be worth it to him to Sunfall.
Wickedness spreads.
Overlord's already drawn him several cards, so it's not like he doesn't get a 5/5 out of it anyway. It's too bad none of these lands are our Overlord of the Mistmores. Okay. Fun. Come on, Regal Caracal. Well, there's a cavern. Hey, you know what? It lets me put counters on everything. It lets me get in. Alright, opponent blocks and blocks, takes 3. They're gonna draw a card with their clue. Getting in there. Feeling more and more like they want to Sunfall the board. They discarded a Sunfall, so they have one. We're down to 11. If they Sunfall, we gotta scoop it up because there's just no way. Split up. Somehow that's worse. Alright, you got us, Control. And boom, a hawk. The Aurelia, the War Leader. We go first. This is sketchy. I'll try it though. We're not gonna draw land. We're gonna draw a playable. I don't even care if it's not 2 mana. Every single time I keep a 4-lander, every single time I draw a land on turn 1. It is the most frustrating feeling. Murex for the opponent. Opponent's gonna Helix our Savannah Lions. Very nice of them. Wow. I can't make this stuff up. You're watching it live. On TV, live. Severn keeps the 4-land hand, draws 2 lands in a row. Sure. Gain 2, scry 2, and see how many lands were on top. Oh no! This is my life! When my luck is good, it's great. When my luck is bad, it's awful. Thank goodness we scryed those away. Oh man. Alright, well, we gotta really hope that they don't draw a red land here. So that they can't Brotherhood's end us. Because this is a pretty strong board considering we've drawn all lands. It's a white land, so they can hit us with the temporary lockdown, but we'll still have a Rabo and Kutzel's flanker. Chainsaw. Aw, that hits a Rabo. That's rude. It's not a bad board though, and if we just get lucky and draw either another Arabo or a Regal Caracal or something fun like that, we might have some hope. No blocks. Sky Knight Squire is not a terrible draw. be good on future turns. Alright, another planes. They sunfall us, then that's unfortunate. But what are you gonna do? Another chainsaw. You hit the Sky Knight Squire. That's the biggest threat, yep. Caretaker's Town, so they can start drawing cards every turn. Joy. Alright, come on, Regal Caracal. Or Claws Out, even. Claws Out would win us the game. Alright. We're not dead. Hootzel's Flanker can either be a game winner for us here, or at least get us a good draw next turn. Let's see what they do with their turn. Let's see, that's a 4 if they slap both chainsaws onto it. Okay, Archangel Elspeth is annoying.
Follow my light.
Especially because they can make a copy of the lifelink token. Really puts a damper on things. Draw a card. I assume they make a copy of the lifelink token. We're still not in a terrible position here. They only have 2 blockers and we have 5 attackers, so depending on what we get here on this scry. That'll do it. Thank you, Johnny. As long as they don't have a 1-mana removal spell.
The sun will rise on a peaceful.
That was close. GG. All right, and we're back for the post-game wrap. So 40 games, 63%. Not bad for a deck that a lot of people probably think is just a meme right now. So 71% on the play, 57% on the draw. Pretty respectable. Our bad matchups are control, of course. You know, blue-white control, Dimir control. And weirdly, Angels is pretty popular right now. All these mono-white decks, except for I think one of them, which was like a humans deck, were Angels. So Angels, they're just faster than us, and we're not playing a ton of removal. So Angels thrives against decks not running removal. So if Angels continues to be popular, this might not be the best meta choice, but it's very good against the black-white life gain deck. It's great against mono black, which is still very prevalent in the meta. It's great against Boros, which is very good in the meta. The 2 mono red decks we came up against, we crushed them. The Rakdos decks, we crushed them. We did a good against everything else that we played, and the deck is just fun. Nothing feels better than smashing your opponent's face with a bunch of adorable cats and lions, and all the meow sounds are great. So yeah, I love the deck. I think it's a lot of fun. I definitely recommend it. It's pretty cheap. It's mostly uncommons. The Sky Knight Squires and the Arabos and the Regal Caracals are the big rares. You don't need Cavern of Souls in the deck, but it's very helpful for when you do run into counterspell decks. If you don't have the Regal Caracals, you can definitely sub those for Claws Out. Regal Caracal's not necessary, but it is very good. I would say the cards you absolutely have to have are Arabo the First Fang and Sky Knight Squire. Those are the only rares that I think you absolutely need. Felidar Retreat can be cut for other cats or creatures. It's just a really solid card to use against control, but it's not necessary. You don't need the Soulstone Sanctuaries and Fountain Ports. You can just run basic planes, so the deck can be pretty budget. It doesn't require a lot of lands, but this is definitely probably the optimal build of the deck. So With that, I hope that you enjoyed this as much as I did. It's my first full normal video back since the set released. It's been a couple of weeks since I've actually gotten to make a deck video, so I'm happy to be back. I hope that you'll take a moment to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Every single one of those helps, and I am so very grateful for all of you that have made it this far. If you'd like to support the channel beyond liking and subscribing, we do offer memberships, which will offer Discord access, certain tiers. The highest tier of membership allows you to play one-on-one with me and test decks and get deck advice from me, and I can help you build things that you want to build and have fun with things like this. It also will include members only live streams, which I will start doing probably next week. I plan on streaming my recording process. So basically, my members will be able to be a part of my recording process, and I think that's a lot of fun. So that's all. I'll catch you in the next one.